today, the stew that I'm making for you all is one that I'm very excited about because I have actually never made this before. And it's Kongbiji Jjigae, which is pureed soybean soup. So it's actually super creamy, it's super delicious. So for those of you who have made your own tofu before, or even if you've made your own soy milk before, you know that after you blend up the beans and you strain it out, you get the pulp, right? You can use that in this. It's like adding cheese curds to your soup. It just makes it like really rich tasting and really hearty, only it's just beans, which is amazing. So I'm super excited for you all to try out this recipe with me, so I hope you guys all enjoy. Okay, so for this, we're gonna start off by making the broth. So usually there's like onions and leeks, it's like whatever you have left over for flavor. This is a sheet of kombu, that's just seaweed for extra flavor. And then in the non-vegan version, there is usually anchovies in this as well, but we're not going to add that in. If you did really want to add the flavor of the sea, konjac literally smells like fish. You can throw in a couple chunks in there, but essentially this is going to be the base of your soup. So we're just going to cook that for a couple minutes. I'm going to let it rest and then it'll be the base. So in terms of vegetables for this soup, I'd say the two main ones, you have your kimchi with some of the juice liquid, and then you have some garlic, and that's your mainstay. You can add in mushrooms, you can add in your protein, you can add in extra, peppers and onions, whatever. But these are pretty much the two big ones, so it's pretty easy. So this was pretty much 1 part soybean to 2 parts water. I think it could have been a bit thicker even. Okay, so I have my soybean mixture here, garlic. This is just some sesame oil to start frying. I didn't mention, this is the Korean chili flakes. It's not as spicy as, I guess, normal chili flakes. Soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, kimchi. We're gonna top it with some scallions maybe, and maybe some peppers. Usually they'll use something called perilla oil in Korea, but we'll stick to sesame oil. And then we're gonna pan fry just a little bit of the kimchi. I'm gonna save the liquid and I'm gonna pour it in afterwards into the soup. So I'm gonna add in both the kimchi and the garlic. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. I'm gonna add in my chili flakes, add in my sugar, also a little soy sauce. And you can adjust that as you go. So 2 cups of my stock go in. And then I'm just going to bring that up to a boil before I add in the soybean paste. I'm just going to lower the heat ever so slightly, and I'm just going to pour in about, maybe like 1.5 cups of this stuff. And because the beans are raw, it's going to have a raw bean taste. I'm going to cook this for about 4 minutes. Or so, and then we will revisit.
more or less, you don't want to disturb it too much. Ooh. A little alien-esque, but I mean, that looks quite cool to me. Maybe. I had left some additional kimchi liquid that I kind of forgot, so I'm gonna add that in. At this point though, you do want to kind of taste your soup as you normally do. If you do find that it needs a bit more salt, what the Koreans do, again, they do add a little bit of shrimp paste. What I do recommend again is that Korean soybean paste, the doenjang, and I kind of watered it down a little bit so that it's a little easier to kind of spread, but it really depends on you. Some people just kind of mix this through, but I think it's quite pretty when it's not. What you can do now is we can top it off just with some scallions. I'll put a couple of chilies here just to decorate. Okay, a little bit more. Cool. Okay. And your soup is done.